Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. All right, man. So there has been word for quite a while, but I guess now they actually made the cuts, and that is the cuts to live house shows. Um, this has been in the works. Um, I don't know how many people have gone to house shows. I've gone to a few myself. Um, it's been a while. It's been a while. I went to one where the main event was John Cena versus Kurt Angle, and the other one, Ryback was still in the WWE. But yeah, man, I guess the number was up to like 300 house shows that they used to do, and I guess they cut it down to 200. And word is that they're probably going to cut even more as time goes on and just focus more on Raw and SmackDown and the PLDs that they got going on, which I guess it's a step in the right direction. You don't want your talent getting hurt. I don't now if it were true that they're doing 300 house shows, like good gosh, man. On top of that, you got Raw, you got SmackDown. On top of that, you got your PLDs. Like son of a gun, man, putting these guys through the ringer, son of a bastard. I mean, I know the schedule is brutal, but son of a gun, I think even 200 is a lot, right? You got some guys like Seth Rollins coming out and saying that they like this. Now, these house shows, like one of the house shows I went to was in San Bernardino. It was at a college gymnasium. A lot of these house shows, they kind of go to places where you're not gonna have a Monday Night Raw, where you're not gonna have a Friday Night SmackDown. They save those for a little bit more bigger cities for the most part, that is. But these house shows are gonna be in little smaller towns that have little small arenas or some gymnasium where they can set up pretty cool. Just to kind of get into the outskirts and reach those people that don't live around bigger cities. But here's what I would say, as the WWE, I don't really think you need to do that too much, man. Um, Cutting down, I think, is kind of the good way to go. You don't want your guys getting injured. As far as some of the smaller promotions like TNA, like an AEW, I think those guys do need to do that, do need to go to some of these smaller markets to, grab the fan base that's out there, not just so much focus on the big cities, but get out there, get out, all the fan base from all the surrounding small little towns. The WWE, you're already the big dog, and your superstars are the most popular in the world. So I don't think you need to be doing this as much as they were doing it. I mean, good gosh, man. When I heard that, and I heard rumors that they're doing, around 300 house shows, and I'm like, that can't be right. But yeah, yeah, apparently it is. Well, they cut it down to 200, and looks like they might be cutting it down even more. I don't know how much more. I just hear that you're going to be cutting down significantly even more than 200, um, most likely by next year. So I don't know. We're looking at 100. What's your guys' thoughts on these live events, on these house shows? Are you guys down with them? Are you not? Have you guys attended them? I remember hearing a few years back, and there's a few years back already. I remember hearing that not a lot of people are going to the house shows. They're not selling out, right? So it's like, okay, all right, you know, but you don't want your talent getting all beat up at some of these house shows. And they're pretty predictable, especially if you're going to have any of your champions on there. You're probably not going to have a title change hands. It has happened before. It's rare, and I mean extremely rare that that happens. But for the most part, you're gonna save that for a Raw. You're gonna save that for a SmackDown. You're gonna save that for a PLD. Now that Saturday night's main event is back, you're gonna save that for that. You're not gonna do it at a house show anymore. I think it's good. I think it's good, man. Some people might complain of like, hey, you know what? Uh, it's a way for them to go see some of their favorite superstars because they don't live around any big city. They don't live in any of these areas, and they look forward to the house shows. But at the same time, look, you got to keep your superstars healthy, and them getting all beat up on small house shows like that is just, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. And even if they cut it down even more, where I'm assuming, this is me just guessing, I'm assuming they're going to cut it down to 100 and something starting next year. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Now, if they go do um, some house shows, tours across the pond in Europe, in Japan, in places like that, I'm cool with that. Like I get that. I understand that because very rarely are you going out there for SmackDown and Raws and things of that nature. I think those are the places where you need to invest and do some of these tours with house shows, with these live house shows instead of here. Here you don't really need to do that. But if you're gonna do it in Mexico, if you're gonna do it in Japan, if you're gonna do it someplace in Europe, if you're gonna do it in those places, yeah, yeah, then I do understand it. But you guys let me know, man. Do you guys enjoy the house shows? Have you guys been to any? Do you like it? I went to a few, not many. And I mean, like I said, they were cool. They get the fans involved. Hey, everybody, take out your phone and we're gonna play a game. And you know, yeah, I mean, they're all right. But in reality, it's just really not needed. But you guys let me know, man. You guys cool with them cutting down the schedule? Because I am. I want the superstars to be as healthy as possible for when it really counts. And if we're gonna be honest, that's Raw, that's SmackDown, and that's the PLEs. You guys let me know. Cholo Trucker, Wrestling Rehab, Shaw Saw, the Junkies. Catch you guys on next one.